as I was sitting there watching Jaden specifically, a lot of young people here, many of them aren't on stage, but specifically I was just, in fact, that opening night of our Impact Summit, just watching Jaden and Riley, you came to my attention. Now just watching these guys paying attention, and they're at convention, and they're at past retreats. And I thought, it's time. I want to do myself, just how can I pour into these guys? How can I support them and encourage them along with their parents, along with all of you? And so that started something that began with Jaden and I starting to meet on Monday nights. And then we had a Wisdom Builder meeting about this. And Nicole had an idea. What if we have a Young Guns panel? And so, of course, I immediately got excited about that. Yes, let's do that. And so I think this has been a long time coming. A lot of seeds have been planted. A lot of stories that we can't cover entirely. But we're going to get started. This will be the beginning of something I think this will be the most exciting part every year of us coming together. So, let's dig. Thank you, Nicole. Let's give it up for Nicole Blank. Love that. That's your idea. So, let's get started. I want to start with an easy question. And we'll go ahead. I'll pick on Mariah, my daughter. We'll make her go first. Every one of them are ready for this one. This is an easy one and a fun one. What products are you taking? And if you want to share a story of a quick story of how it's impacted you. And I don't expect everybody, by the way, at this age or any age, to have a story of the products transformed, I was dead and now I'm alive, right? You're a young gun, you can get away with a lot of junk, but it's going to pay off in the long run for sure. But even at this age, some of them already have stories of how it's helped them. So, Mariah?
Okay,
how old are you, by the way?
I'm 18, and so I joined Neolife 3 months ago, and so I'm excited for that. Stuff I'm taking right now is definitely the shakes every morning. It just really helps, especially as an athlete playing basketball. I take salmon oil, and a quick story just for salmon oil right now, CalMag in Full Motion is, I hurt my hip recently, and my parents were like, come on, you need to take it, it's gonna help, and I was not consistent with that, and it just kept hurting. And then I started taking it last month, over and over, just every single day, and now I have no pain in it, it's recovering. So I finally get to play basketball. I've been out for 2 months, and just because I've been taking that just helped a lot. So
yeah, quick results.
No, really, I wasn't convinced. I was there's no way it's gonna get healed. I even went to physical therapy every single day, and nothing helped. And then I started taking that, and look, I'm healed.
Hey Mariah, while you're on stage publicly, do parents know that?
Parents, yes. Sometimes it's harder but they do.
Yeah, you heard it, honey. All right, Jaden. Awesome, Mariah. So yeah, just what products? What are some of your favorite products?
Favorite products? Well, I pretty much have Elevate every day since convention. It's part of my lifestyle now. But man, I try to be as consistent as I can with Pro Vitality. I order breakfast pack. I have that on NeoShip, so no matter what, I know I'm getting that. Shakes every day. I love the shakes. I have extra tree, and then I add the bar, just kind of everything I could get my hands on. I even borrow some vitamins from my parents sometimes, sneak them in while I'm at home, right? Yeah, I think specifically, it used to be, the first few years of coming to a retreat or hearing about the products, I was like, man, I know these products work, and I see how they've changed my dad's life and different people's lives. And everybody talks about energy, and I'm like, man, yeah, I have energy, but I've always had energy. I was like, it comes plentiful. But in the last year or so, just starting work full time and just a crazy lifestyle, just being busy all the time, I noticed I was getting tired easier, and this is not, I feel not very good when I don't take the vitamins. And I think yesterday was a good example. I had 2 Elevates, and I was doing stuff all day. I should be going and feeling good. But I felt so tired at the end of the day. And I looked back and I was like, shit, I didn't take my Pro Vitality this morning. The tree, and it just, I really see the difference that it makes in my life just with cells and producing energy in my body. So yeah, I love the products. They're amazing.
Okay, we're going to spend the remainder of our time with Braden because he takes a lot of stuff. So we're going to use the rest of the time to talk about what you take. No. Hit it quick. You've got a lot of. When I asked you that question the other day, my goodness. Go for it, Braden.
It was hard for me to keep the list short because I take a lot of like my parents their cabinets are full with supplements. So but my favorite supplements are the salmon oil, the Nutrien, lectin, and the Acidophilus Plus. And I like the science behind all of them. And like the Acidophilus Plus, the science behind that fascinated me. How it's 5 billion live probiotics that actually get to where they need to go, and the stomach doesn't eliminate it. But I noticed a difference with so I'm a Neolife baby. I've started taking Neolife since I was in the womb. So I've been feeling pretty good my whole life. But I went through a season where I kind of wasn't taking Neolife as consistently and kind of abusing substances that weren't Neolife. Because I don't really think Neolife can be abused. But except maybe if you have too much Neolife tea or Elevate, but yeah, I went through a season where, and so I went through rehab basically, and I went 8 months without Neolife, and I could really feel the difference of how bad I felt physically, and with that it kind of affected my mental health too, but I realized how much of a difference Neolife makes in my life. After taking it my whole life and going 8 months without taking it, I felt sluggish. I did not feel good, and I just wasn't eating good. wasn't really exercising, and so now that I'm taking Neolife again, I realize this is gold, and it's easy to forget that how where I was. That even now, I don't want to forget how bad I felt on Neolife, how bad I felt not on Neolife, excuse me, because during those 8 months I wasn't taking Neolife, that motivated me to share Neolife with people, because I was like, oh my gosh, I feel bad, other people must feel like this too, and it wasn't a realization when I'm on Neolife, because I'm just thinking, oh, this is normal, but you don't really realize it. And I don't mean to keep it long, Joshua, I've got to share it long. But my favorite supplements are the omega-3s and the Nutrien. So for cellular energy and my kind of getting my sharpness, mental clarity back, my memory, all that. So I'm very grateful for Neolife. With that, I'll pass.
That's awesome. We're going to pause on that question for a minute. By the way, you can see how excited he is about the products. He's like, well, actually, you got Nutrien, you got Respect, lecithin, digestion, Acidophilus, garlic, and he was so passionate in that one-on-one conversation with me, as you can see today. Okay, we're going to pause that question because a bunch of other questions I want to get asked, But you get the idea. When you go back and you're talking to other young people who maybe aren't here, for those of you who are here, you get the idea. This panel loves the products. So all the way to the end, that's what you're going to get. But we're going to go ahead and pause that, and we're going to go with the second question. And I'm going to go ahead, and we're going to start with you, Brunel. Why are you guys here today? And what you're going to find is many of them, some of them actually bought their own tickets to be here. And that's not an unusual thing that I found out as I was talking to these guys and talking to some of the parents. That they might be the first time hey, we're going as a family, but what's happening is what you're doing is being caught. They're catching it, and they're saying, we want to be there. And in some cases, not these people here, but I don't think any of them, but in some cases, the kids are even dragging their parents. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, let's go with you, Brunel. You invested to be here, and why do you enjoy being here?
I really enjoy being here. Number one is the community. Just being around fellow Christian folks is just so much fun. And it's really hard to find that in any other company. It's just being around such awesome people that share the same vision and the same values as you. And honestly, me being here today, I also just love the products so much. And I've really seen the difference in my life with using the products. Because I've gone multiple different times. I'm a very active person, and I've gone off the products many times. I'm also a New Life baby. And so I've always had it, and I've always had abundant energy. But I have realized multiple times when I stopped taking the Core Vitality, or I started out with Formula 4, but when I stopped taking that, stopped taking the shakes, and I just kind of think, other people can do it, I can keep up. No. When you were born on New Life, you kind of need New Life to continue going. And when you're used to that, when you're not on it, you do not feel the same. And so I'm also here. The business I'm super fired up about. And I've always known, I know I'm never going to stop using the products because I know how powerful they are and such a huge impact they've had on my life and my family. But I'm also here for the business. I love just the idea of the business. I know I will continue to build it. I know that I'm just starting, but I've always known that I will take it to the next level. And you've heard it time and time again, but the time is now. And I'm just super fired up about it. And I know that me being here, investing to be here, I know that it is somewhat of a sacrifice, but this is the small things that happen today. You can't buy time, and this time is so valuable. So that's why I'm here.
I'm Luke, 19. First, I would say the community. I just feel like you can't beat it. I love being around everyone. And this place is great. It's a great getaway from craziness and business of life, kind of hear awesome stories. And I would also say the business also intrigues me a lot, and I'm still, at my age, I feel like I'm still discovering my passions and what my future holds. So I think learning everyone's story, everyone's business story, how they came to find success in New Life, and it's something that New Life will be in my life. I feel like until I die, because the products are great, it's changed my parents' life. And I'm here to be around amazing people and learn more.
That's awesome. And I want to point out, his parents are also members of the New Life family, but they couldn't be here today. And he could have gone with them, but he chose to be here today. And he not only was here this weekend, he came in early, like many of these young guys, helping us get this thing set up, helping behind the scenes and all. So thank you for coming in early and investing to be here.
I love being with my New Life family. It is always so amazing to see them and to be with you all. And like we've already said, the community here, it is so awesome, and that's one thing I always look forward to. And New Life has really been so awesome. It's changed my life. I've had acne, and I've been taking vitamin A and zinc, and it's been clearing up my face. And I take the Core Vitality every day. I share with my friends, and I want to grow this business. I share everywhere I go, or at least I try to. And it's so awesome knowing that you have gold, and it would be selfish not to share with others. So I want to help others like you guys have helped me. And yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, another question for you, Isabel. Everybody wants to applaud for y'all, and I just keep on going. So they're holding it back, but they're gonna let it loose here in a moment when I don't interrupt it. Isabella, you from the moment I remember the first event y'all came to. It's been fun watching you serving your siblings. Always have this smile on her face. All right, it's contagious. So it's no wonder she's got a great story from yesterday. Why don't you go ahead and launch into yesterday's story of how you guys, and I love how you talked about the team as a team effort, but talk about the person who signed up yesterday.
Yeah. So last night, when we went to the campfire, my friends and I, it was me, Riley, Jaden, Brooke, and Reagan. We were hanging out, and there was this group of people from a different event here they asked us if we could help them sing happy birthday to a group of to a girl. It was her birthday, and after we sang happy birthday, we just started talking to them and building a relationship. And Riley started telling them about Neo Life and on his sweatshirt Elevate. And he was like, yeah, what is this stuff? And I'm like, it's the cleanest and healthiest energy drink you'll ever find. And he's like, I need to try this stuff. So Riley called Jaden and he's like, Jaden, bring me a sample. So Jaden comes up, brings a sample, and I'm like, you need a link. So I gave him my link, and he's like, yeah, I'm an order. So that was awesome just to talk to them, and first build that relationship. We were talking about where we're from, what we do, why are we here, our lives, and then the New Life part came in. So you got to build that relationship.
Somebody's been paying attention. And huge shout out to your parents, because more is caught than taught. So you're watching them, aren't you? So how old are you?
I'm 15.
15 years old. Okay. So we wanted to represent the young guns, because at 16 here, she's going to be able to get that member link, right? You can become a member at 16 years old, and you start connecting people and get that head start. So she's going to have, can y'all tell the amazing head start she's going to have when she turns 18? She's going to flip that switch. And for you 16 and you're 13 and whatever, 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds, right? Like, it's not too early to start practicing, helping your parents, and at 16, become a member, start recruiting underneath you like crazy, and then at 18, again, flip the switch. You could literally, by the end of the month, be director. Within 90 days, you could be whatever Ruby level you wanted that you were built to. Literally, because it does take 3 months, the world team levels. But you can do manager, senior manager, executive manager, director, and then Emerald Director 3 months, all the way up. So you can do Emerald in that same 90 days, Emerald all the way to who knows how high you are. I can't wait to see that happen for somebody. Because I started the day I turned 18, but y'all are getting a huge head start. So that's really cool, Isabella.
Yeah,
All right.
and how we've been learning this weekend how those who start many conversations will win. So you have to start those conversations and build those relationships and then share.
Awesome. Yeah, let's give it up again. All these mic drops. So Riley, tell us about what you were sharing with me at past events. Where do you see your future with Neolife? And that ties into why you're here.
Yeah, so my first convention was 2 years ago, and all I knew was my mom took the products and that she loved the products, and I hadn't taken consistently or anything, but I was like, okay, I'll go to it. I mean, it's really far away, I don't make use much. And I sat in the business meeting. I wasn't planning on listening or anything, but the first speaker, I can't remember who it was, got up there, and I just know that I was just fixed on the speakers. I didn't want them doing meetings and stuff. And I learned so much. And I was only 14, so I didn't know where it was going with that. But ever since that first convention, I've came back and I've wanted to learn more. And that's just what I love about all of these conventions and retreats, is just the growth that you learn, not only in your Neolife business and your health, but in any business that you want to do. You learn so much here that you can't get anywhere else.
That's awesome. Do you see it impacting your life already as a student and just your personal growth and development?
Yes. So I've been able to share with multiple people at where I live about Neolife and get them connected with my mom. And she's been able to help them get connected with people like Michael Bryan, and it's been really impactful on people. And I do see it in my future, and I do love it, and trying to do it as a business whenever I can. But yeah, and in school, the days that I don't take Elevate, I'm dead. And it's a clear difference. My focus is on the products.
That's awesome. And y'all, I heard Jaden was bragging about you. I was asking Jaden about you last week, and he was talking about how you came back, fired up from retreat, signing people up. And so that's awesome.
Yeah, I got a random text in the middle of one of the talks this week. This lady had the wrong number. She was from Toronto, And I started sharing Neo Life with her.
Right on. Y'all watch out, watch out. These are the next, Stephen Whitwell, you see where the next diamonds are coming from. All right, I'm gonna go all the way down the other end and come across, and we're gonna get final comments. There's a couple of things that you might want to touch on. I'd love to hear for anyone who hasn't yet, how's it impacting you? Like just being a part of this family, being a part of this community. And how is it, I know you're still young figuring out your future, but what are you seeing so far as how this fits in?
For me, one is that $90 check I got the other day. Well, that hyped me up. I was like, wow, okay, I'm not really just signing people up, but I get paid for this, so I don't know. And are you talking about like the products or?
Well, maybe how it's, if you want to touch on some people you've shared it with and how it's touching them, impacting them in school and how you see the future.
Yeah, well for me as a girl, skincare and the Energy Elevate has really been helpful for me. I've definitely, when my friends come over, they're always wanting to use the skincare. They love it. I've got some friends on it. And then I'll never forget the first day I went to school after convention. I've Elevate every single day. Like that is just, I love Elevate. And I brought it to school and everyone's like drinking the Celsius, the Avani, and I brought it in and I was like, oh, y'all should try this. And they're like, whoa, this is actually really good. And now every day I go to school, they probably drink like half my drink when I go to school. Like they love it. My friend, I went to her house the other day, she just had stacks of Elevate, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. So, I mean, I don't know, that's just one thing that's really gotten me going is the skincare, the Elevate. I've gotten a lot of my friends on that, so, I mean, that's for me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Jaden. So, I want you to actually allow you to extend the invitation to what we're doing on Mondays, right? Jaden is really, he not only has a goal and dream for this business, and I'll let you just touch on how you're feeling about the future, but he is showing up for accountability, which that's not an easy step, right? We all know we need it. We need to be a part of a mastermind, be a part of a community, a part of being track and measure what we're doing, but it's not easy to do either. It's kind of like I am my own boss. It means I'll do what I want, when I want, how I want. And oftentimes, without having a good support group, that can be, little to nothing. So I'm really proud of you, how you are seeking it out and you're taking action to make it happen.
Thank you. So kind of a little bit what she shared, and all of that combined. First, the most impactful thing for me, just over the course of the few years that I've been with my parents and the company, it's personal development for sure is probably, for those of you who knew me before, it might be the biggest difference you've seen. I know personally for me it has been, and I think I can count it as a blessing at first because I remember the first time I ever went to an event was a rally back 2018, 2019, and I didn't know anything about this company really. I had heard my parents talk about it, but not much. And I was one of the most shy people. There were Braden and Steven and Mariah, all of the Neo Life cousins were hanging out, and I didn't know these kids, and I was like, I'm not talking to them. I don't want to have anything, I don't want to have to introduce myself. And so I sat with my parents through the whole meeting and didn't talk to anybody and was just so shy. But I look back at that and I'm like, actually, I'm kind of glad that I sat through those meetings, listened, and it caught my attention, and ever since then I've gone to every single event that I possibly can. But then with that has come growth and amazingly just awesome friends. I've been able to reach out to people. I feel so much more, I can be more genuine with people, and I really am thankful for that. As far as the future goes, for those of you who don't know, I was working construction for about 8 months, starting at the beginning of the year, and just the beginning of this last month, I basically quit and went full-time. I'm now full-time Neo Life. And so I'm putting my full energy into this. It's been a mentally challenging switch. but I'm really enjoying it. And just talking to Josh, we got in touch a few weeks ago, and the first day that we had a Zoom call was the day that I had quit, and it just seemed like such a coincidence. It was awesome how it worked out. But I'm super excited. We're gonna start doing calls together. I think I'm pretty
Everybody's invited, yeah.
Okay, yeah, everybody, young
All the
guns,
young guns.
all the young guns are invited. We are doing these amazing, accountability is so important because for years and years and years I've been coming to these events and I've said, yeah, I mean, you've probably heard me say, I'm gonna be a director by the end of the year on stage. And while that is still my goal from Spring Retreat, but I'm gonna be a director by the end of this year, it hasn't happened until now because I haven't had the accountability. And just seeing how the difference, it works in so many areas of your life, but if you don't have somebody else who knows your goals and knows what you're going after, then you can get away with things, sneak past, and so I'm so glad to be a part of this, and just thank you for allowing this and inviting me into it. But yeah, I'm super excited for this future. All the young guns, we're gonna take it to the top, and I can't wait to work with all of you.
Braden, why don't you touch on a couple of stories of the sign? You had a bunch of signups. In fact, Braden was on the top 10 list there for signups. Give him a round of applause. So why don't you just maybe touch on a story just real quick that you signed up recently? Give us a story. You have several that are amazing, but why don't you touch on one? And then how this has impacted you and why your personal growth and why you're excited about this for your future.
So one of the most recent signups was Nikolai, and he was someone who was a staff at the program I was at, and he actually, I don't know how the conversation came up, but I know that he used to make bread or something, and so I started talking about grain oil, the grain oils and Treanin' and all that good stuff, and how it's hard to get the nutrition we need from food. And we can't get it from food, but it's just so much easier to supplement a lot of this, And I talked to him about Neolife and explained as much science as I knew. I don't know everything about it, and I told him about the website, and I actually referred him to my dad, because I didn't have a phone or anything like that. And then I would just keep bugging him occasionally and being so have you learn more about Neolife? Are you interested? Are you gonna order? And I would do that. I did that for maybe a couple weeks, and nothing I wasn't actually bugging him, but I was just kind of putting it in his ear, And eventually he signed up, and he was like, okay, I'll just try it, a month's supply. He tried a month's supply, and he said that he was feeling great. His energy levels was up. The products helped with a lot of stuff, and then he stopped taking it for a little bit, and I encouraged him to continue to take it, and he noticed that he didn't have as much energy, and then I just kept kept bugging him about that, and then he ordered 6 months supply worth of Neolife, and he loved Neolife, and I wanted him to come to this retreat, but unfortunately he couldn't because I kind of let him know last minute, but I think he might be hopefully coming to the next one or convention or something. I'm just also bugging him about that to come to one of these events. So that's a story of my most recent, or one of my most recent signups.
How do you feel about the future, Braden?
Oh, the future of Neolife. Oh yeah, that's right.
Your future with it, yeah.
So I like Neolife because I know that it could really transform people's lives and transform people's health. And I really do see Neolife taking off in North America. because it's already, and I see it taking off in all these other countries, and it kind of boggles my mind that it hasn't blown up in America yet. And America is like the place with the most health issues, and 90% of people in North America haven't even heard of Neolife. 85% of people, 86% of people take supplements in the world. I don't know, in America. So it's like, I just see like Neolife taking off. It's the best, and I just want to get on that train before it goes. And I'm excited about Neolife and just sharing it with
All right, so go to Burnell. So for final comments, Burnell, what do you want to wrap it up with? Well, we're going to wrap it up here, so you guys have a final opportunity here. But if you want to wrap it up with this story, somebody you brought on, but I know you kind of touched on the future, but I'm excited about you guys being here and the fact that you guys are going out of here and you're excited. You said you've got a lot going on back at the farm, back out moved to Tennessee, but I know you're planning on incorporating it as you're able to into what's happening.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for just the future with where it's going to be taken off from, because like I said, it's been in my life forever, and I'm really excited to just see what the next steps are and challenge myself into doing that, because we just moved to Tennessee. I've been in Tennessee for about a month, and so I haven't been able to focus super hard on it yet, but we are in a brand new community, which means lots of opportunity. So I am super excited to just start spreading the word and start just taking more effort, putting more effort into the company, putting more effort into building my own business as a side. And I'm going to be starting out with a side hustle, but I do see it very much so becoming possibly full-time with Jamie at some point. But like I said, I love this goal of being a director, and I'll agree with Braden. I want to get on that train before it takes off, and I see so much happening in the next couple of years, and I'm super excited, and I just cannot wait to be a part of it.
We're gonna wrap up the Luke time, and I know you're talking about wanting to kind of run with some of these guys here and the difference that makes.
Quick story to wrap it up to someone I shared with, a family that I am around. I saw that they were taking vitamins, and I kind of told them, I was like, y'all gotta get, you gotta get the good stuff. So eventually, I got to share it with them, and they decided to buy some products, and she got Pro Vitality, and she said that she has so much energy off of Pro Vitality, she can't take it every day because she doesn't sleep. So I don't know how right that is, or if that's accurate or not, but I guess that's cool. She's amped up, so that's fun. And I would also probably agree with Burnell. Neolife will always be a part of my life, and I'll incorporate it. I feel like right now, as I can, I see it as a side hustle, and just if I run a detailing business, so if I'm talking to someone and I see a need, like, I'm not going to withhold it, but, I'd love to share the opportunity to learn about Neolife, because obviously it's changed people's lives, and love to be a part of the group on Monday nights and kind of see what's going on when I can, so.
Great, awesome. Let's give it up for them. Good job, guys.